Hi everybody, Alex Deploy here from Expert Forex, and in this video we're going to be looking at a free course on how to create a professional Forex robot trading business in only 2 months. Now, if you've ever traded a Forex robot or intend to trade a Forex robot, it is important that you watch this video from the beginning to the end to get a big picture about what Forex trading robots are all about and how they should be traded in a managed portfolio, and that is the professional way of trading Forex robots. But first, let's have a look at why you would want a Forex robot business. Firstly, it is the quickest business to establish. As we go through the slides, you'll see what needs to be done and you can establish the business very quickly. And why people like Forex robots is that you make money in your sleep. They are working flat out all the time and doing all the work for you. You have no staff, you have no premises to worry about, leases, equipment, that kind of thing, and you have total freedom because you decide what you want to do with your time. There are certain tax advantages to having a Forex trading business, and also the entries to get into this business, and more importantly, the exits out of this business are very easy. If you compare a Forex robot business with any other conventional business, if you want to get out of that business, you've got leases to worry about, you've got employees to worry about, you've got all kinds of things. But this one, you can just stop trading and close the business completely. So your entry and exit is very easy. Now, unfortunately, there's no university course or technical course that you can do that will teach you how to become a Forex robot trader. So most of the business is built on practical experience and skill development. Okay, so let's have a look at the phases that one would go through. Firstly, phase 1 is introduction to Forex robots. That's a phase that I think we all go to. We don't know anything about Forex robots and we learn in that particular phase. Then there's the second phase where one learns the technical aspects of trading Forex robot. A little bit more detailed, a little more skills that get developed. And then the third phase is the really business phase where you develop skills to manage portfolios and you create quite an extensive infrastructure to run your business. And then the final phase is the nice phase, because there what you're doing is you're just maintaining your business on a day-to-day basis. So phase 1 is the entry level. It's getting to know all about Forex robots. So what you would do is you'd learn everything that there is about Forex robot trading. And in the description and in the first comment of the video, I'll be giving you lots of links to videos and courses that you can attend to expand in this particular area. In this particular area, you also learn about Forex trading, because most robots are basically just repeating trading activities that manual traders would do. In this phase, you also need to learn about money management, and that means lot sizing and position sizing to control risk. So you need to learn how to control risk. And in this phase, you'd also only purchase maybe 1 or 2 Forex robots. But it's important that you get to know those robots very well. You need to know what their functionality is and how they work during this particular phase. Now, it's best not to trade real money in this phase at all until you have seen the bigger picture of how to trade Forex robots. Now, phase 2 is developing the technical aspects of Forex robot trading. And the first step here is to develop the skill to either develop your own robots or to be able to specify what a robot should do, because then you'll start developing the concept of what entry instructions should you give the robot, what exit instructions, how should open deals be managed, like with trailing stops and that type of thing, how money management should apply to manage risk in a particular robot, and what kind of filters you can apply, like time of day filters or day of the week filters, which will help you manage the EA. So it's important that you develop the concept of either creating your own EAs or specifying what robots should do. So that's one skill set. Then you need to be aware of the different kinds of EAs. Now you get trending EAs, you get sideways EAs, you get hybrid EAs that will trade in a trending and sideways market, and you get random EAs like the grid trend multiplier is a random EA, you get scalping EAs, and you get swing trading EAs. So you need to get experience with all those kinds of EAs, because when you start developing your portfolio, you need to get a mixture of those kind of EAs in your portfolio. Then you need to be able to develop the skill of testing those EAs in terms of how it works, what the setting options do. So you take each setting and you say, now what does this one do? You look at it, you look at the impact it has on results and that type of thing. You also experiment with different instruments, not only Forex instruments, you could also experiment with indexes and other instruments, and you can also experiment with different currencies and time frames. You also need to learn how to optimize these EAs to find the EA's true potential, and also to understand the risk implications of the various settings. And then your optimized settings are unlikely to be the settings that you use. So you also, in the optimization process, you identify where balanced settings can be found. So when you design settings that you're going to be using to trade, you will go for a practical trading approach that consists of your optimization information, but also based on your own practical Forex trading experience and common sense. You'll also then know which currencies work the best, which time frames work the best, which market phases are good for a particular EA, and you'll also get a feel of what potential changes you need to make should the EA not perform. And this is a good time to do it. You need to be aware of what changes you will make if the EA isn't performing before you trade the EA. Not when it's panic stations and the EA is not performing. You need to be prepared before the time. And then you need to also develop the skills of forward testing on demo accounts, on live accounts, and for a period that's meaningful, where you can understand what the EA does. But in order to do that, you need to forward test a huge variety of options, such as different currencies, different time frames, and different settings. So the technical side is actually quite an important one, and also quite a challenging side to master and develop those skills. Now, once you've developed all the skills in phase 2, you can then move on to phase 3, and you can start getting serious, and you can start setting up your Forex robot business. Now, to give you an idea of what I do, I have 4 divisions in my business. I have a testing and optimization section where I have 2 computers that only do optimization and testing of EAs, either new EAs or an existing EAs that I have, but that is their prime function, and they are pretty powerful computers. Then I have another division called my laboratory division, and that's where I trade different settings and different currencies and different time frames of various EAs that I've tested that have made it through into the forward testing phase. So that is an experimental portfolio. It's testing various options and different instruments. Sometimes I test indexes, sometimes currencies and that kind of thing. So it's regarded as a laboratory. You can do it on a demo account, or you can do it on small live accounts. Then I've got another portfolio or division, which is the forward testing division. Now that one is where I've now taken currencies and settings that I'm happy with, and I am now trading them forward almost in a demo fashion to make sure that I am really happy about how robust the settings are and whether they have risk protection settings in there, and that I can move forward on those particular ones. And then the ones that perform really well, I convert into my live portfolio, and that's the fourth division that I have, and that's the live trading division. So just to give you an idea, most probably 25% of the EAs that are tested in the forward testing division make it into the live division, and then I'm always dropping ones in the live division and adding ones from the forward testing and so on. So I'm continuously going through a continuous improvement area. Now the other aspect that you've got to realize is that all of this takes a lot of hardware. You need quite a few computers to run the testing and optimization, the laboratory trading, the forward testing, and the live testing. So you need to scale up your business to run with a number of computers, and we're looking at most probably 6 or 7 computers to do those functions. The reason being is that MT4 has a limitation on how many platforms you can trade on one computer, and therefore sometimes we need quite a big number of computers to cater for all of those options that we are testing. But the big thing here is, in this phase, you need to develop your skills. And again, that is developed by on-the-job training and experience. So you need to develop your portfolio management skills. You need to be able to build a portfolio of EAs with a certain balance of settings, currencies, and a balance between trending and sideways EAs, so that no matter what the market does, one or other of these EAs are going to do pretty well. So if the market's trending, your trending EAs are going to do well, and your sideways ones will hopefully just chug along. If the market starts going sideways, your sideways EAs will do really well, and your trending EAs will hopefully not run into too many losses. So you need to develop that portfolio approach. And there are aspects there that are quite tricky, because sometimes it's a case of just changing the lot sizing between trending and sideways EAs. Other times it's adding more of a certain type of EA. Then you also need to develop your skills of reviewing a particular EA that's not performing. So you need to know the weakness and strengths of each EA, and you need to know which filters you can introduce to improve overall results. So you're fine-tuning every EA to do its best, and then in the portfolio you're changing the mixture and balance of the portfolio to do its best. So it's a really thorough process. And then you need to introduce monitoring processes to make sure that if you are running 400 or 500 EAs, that you can tell whether those EAs are up and running, they are being updated on a regular basis, and that type of thing. And I normally use FX Blue to just tell me that they are updating. Sometimes you have to physically go and have a look at the EAs to see that they are trading live and that type of thing. So this phase 3, again, a huge skills development area. It's a philosophy that you need to follow, and it takes quite a while to set it up and develop those skills. So let's have a look at the final picture after you've gone through those phases. We are now into the phase where you're just maintaining your business on an ongoing basis. So you would have a laboratory of experimental EAs and settings, and you'd most probably have 20 to 40 EAs running in that laboratory. You'll also have a portfolio of forward testing EAs and settings, and you could have between 200 and 600 EAs running in that particular area. You would then also have a portfolio of live trading EAs, and there you most probably have 30 to 60 EAs running on a live basis. And those would be your high performance EAs that are also a balance between sideways market and trending market EAs. You would manage those portfolios on a daily basis and make changes and where and when required. That doesn't mean that you're going to make changes these EAs are set and forget EAs, but you would monitor them, make sure that they're running properly, that the balance in the portfolio is appropriate to the current market conditions and that type of thing. What you also would do is you'd be calm and content because you'd have the knowledge that risk is being managed. As I mentioned earlier, you should never have a problem if the market suddenly goes sideways. You'd say, oh, my sideways EAs are doing well. Or if it starts trending very strongly, you'd say, oh, my trending EAs are doing well. So you'll have a calm and content feeling about those portfolios. You'll also follow a process of continuous improvement and experimentation because you'll still have your laboratory sections and your forward testing sections, and you will continuously be finding better ways of trading various EAs, and you'll be feeding those improved EAs into your live portfolio. And what you can then expect is to make a roughly 30 to 80% return on your portfolio in a year. A lot of people expect a lot more. That is more or less what you can expect from a portfolio. And then because you're doing this on a daily basis and you're continuously working with new EAs and that type of thing, you are developing your Forex robot skills on an ongoing basis. Now, the biggest benefit of this is that you will sleep well. You know that you're not going to be blowing any accounts in the process because you will have gone through the process of finding exactly the right lot sizing for your EAs and the exact risk profile. So you will sleep very peacefully. And I think that's what we want. We want to make money sleeping very peacefully. Okay, so now we're setting up a business, and I've gone through the process of setting it up and the technical side of it, but there are some qualities that are going to determine your success in this business, and they are personal qualities. So I'm just going to run through them very quickly. You need to have an immense ability to problem solve. So you need problem solving skills, technical problem solving skills, trading problem solving skills, personal problem solving skills. So you need those skills. You need patience because some EAs take a long time to mature. Others will produce the goods very quickly, but you do need patience overall to manage your portfolio. You need to be goal driven because your goals will provide you the energy to work on this kind of project 18 hours a day if you really, really want that. If you want success, you must virtually be able to taste it. That's how serious you must be about this kind of project. You must be mathematically minded because these EAs really do run on a lot of maths. You need to be able to calculate your lot sizing and all that kind of thing very accurately. And you must be statistically minded because in the end, these EAs don't have a 100% success rate. They normally have about a 60 to 50% success rate. And you must realize that statistically, you are going to come out on top because of the settings and the trading approach that you use. You must be highly computer literate. I think that almost goes without saying because you're using software, you're using hardware. There are challenges on both sides that crop up, and you need a network of help. Who are you going to go to if something happens? Is it Mr. Google? Is it one of your EA suppliers? Where are you going to go? So you need to develop a network for help with Forex robot trading. Again, you need to be creative and resourceful, hardworking. Again, that's why you need those goals. Those goals must make all this work a pleasure for you. It shouldn't be a strain, but you do need to be hardworking, and you need to be multi-skilled. You need to know a lot about trading, and you need to know a lot about the technical side. You often find, and you'll see them on their MQL5 website, a lot of technical people that are so good at doing Forex robots, but they are not good at the trading side, and that's where they fall down. So you can need a mixture of trading and technical mentality. And then you need to be financially able. That means you need to have trading capital. You can't make money if you don't have money, and you also need money for the resources that you're going to use in your business. Okay, so those are personal qualities that you need to have. Think about those very carefully, because they are very important and they will pull you through into success if you have those qualities. Then let's have a look at the financial investment that you may need. Now, you can take shortcuts in this area, but I'll give you an idea. This is more or less what I focus on when I'm trading. You need 6 to 8 computers, and that means the whole exercise, the whole screens. You need backup facilities, you need insurance, you need security software, you need all those kind of things, but you do need a farm of computers. You need very good internet connection, and you need backup for that internet connection. So if you're using cable internet, you also need to have wireless backup in the background. You need trading capital. I mean, you cannot, if you're making 30% return a year, if you're only trading $100, that's going to be $30. So you need substantial trading capital, and 100,000 is most probably a good starting point. The more, the better. But on 100,000, if you make 30,000 over a year, you're doing pretty well. On 500,000, you're doing a lot better then. And you need accounting processes to actually keep track of your gains and your losses, because remember, losses are tax deductible and your gains will potentially be taxable depending on what kind of tax planning you've done. And again, you need to do some tax planning. Forex trading allows you to a lot of flexibility to plan your tax, to pay the least amount of tax on a very legal basis. So that's the investments required. So there's tremendous financial investment required, and there's also personal qualities that you need to have. Now, in a video like this, I cannot supply much more information than I already have, but I will be supplying a lot of links to most of the aspects that I spoke about earlier in the video. Just look at the description and in the first comment of the video. Also, please re-watch this video. Found this jump from buying an EA off the shelf to creating a farm of EAs, a laboratory of EAs, and that type of thing. Rewatch it and make sure that you understand the whole process of how to set up a business to trade Forex robots. Also, you don't need to set it up perfectly first time around. You can do it on a much lower basis than what I've mentioned, and slowly build it up over time. But the important things here are that you develop the skills to manage portfolios and resolve problems when EAs aren't performing as well as they should. Please regard this video as a checklist that you can use, and I will expand on some of the points in future videos. I hope I've given you enough information on how to create a professional Forex robot trading business in 2 to 3 months. And I hope you've learned from the content of this video and enjoyed this video. From me, Alex Deploy, cheerio.